Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art class series, and today we'll be doing let me just expand my canvas here. There you go, or my UI. By expand, I mean hiding the upper menu bars. Last episode we talked about, or we tackled like bellies. And right now I just want to feel like doing a bunch of random things, because maybe we can have sessions where we're a bit more focused, like the previous episode, or could have more random pages once in a while where we tackle a bunch of random different things. And I think it's gonna make things a bit more. It's gonna break the monotony. Monotony. Jesus, monotony. Oh, it's over. It's over. I don't want to make sure. Sometimes I want to use a simple brush, but sometimes I want to use something kind of hot. How about an ellipse? Let's change the angle a bit. There you go. By the way, I know I follow I like plenty of artists who sketch with a basic round brush. Sometimes they'll make it an ellipse. Basically, they'll simply squish it, but that's it. And that's the bulk of their work. They can make sketches all the way to like full renderings with just basic brushes. It's so freaking impressive to me. Like at that point, you don't have an excuse, you know? Let's try to draw like a simple... I do have reference, by the way. I'm just trying to... Oh yeah, I saw this tutorial by... a quick tutorial by Nips. I saw it on TikTok, and I did enjoy it. Like her style is not totally anime. Like it's a little more... It's semi-realistic, meaning you see more volume in the face, typically, in her work. So I was kind of impressed seeing the like how she did it. And yeah, I just enjoyed it. And it concerned like how she perceives or how she thinks about the mouth. I mean, at that point, there's gonna be a point where you don't think about it too much because you kind of get it through experience, but she did find a way to break it down, which I did enjoy. Like it makes a lot of sense. Or it seems to be... I need to try it out. Maybe I'll do it in this episode actually, but yeah, it's just get her nice, because eventually when you do your own art, you're gonna find things that work for you. Basically, you're gonna create your own like shorthand for things. It's like your shortcuts. And you will see this, for example, with people who, like how people draw arms or hands or feet or faces, how they break down. Like also when it comes to like the mannequin, how people draw their people characters, like human beings. Like people have their own ways of drawing these types of things. Right? We're kind of zoomed in with the space a little bit. I don't mind. But sometimes it's nice to draw like this, but let's make it like let's imagine we're drawing in a big piece of paper. Sometimes it's fun to draw small, so maybe it helps to zoom out, but sometimes it's nice to use... I don't really draw with my shoulder a lot. I know it's like in figure drawing they do teach that, but in practice, how often do you draw with your shoulders? Let's be honest here. Like you need so much room, so much space. And when you're drawing, I think if you're used to painting, digitally speaking, the thing you're gonna have trouble with, I know I'm not the only one, is using the eraser. Like switching to E and then doing this. Usually you would just paint over it, but I think there's a value to doing it this way. I don't know. In this case, the shadow is actually on top. Right? The basic round brush, guys. A basic round. Got a bit of a choker. Oops. I guess it's a little too thick. We could like paint this, but right now we're just kind of loosening up. Oh. Kind of does that a bit. Oh shit, her shoulder's kind of fucked up in this piece. It's actually way thicker, I think. I don't know. It's kind of okay. It's good practice. You know what? Let's shade this a bit. Let's use light gray. Just fill this area up. And then they had like a darker val. Let's try rendering a little bit. I don't know. I like the way they did the shadows here. And I like it when artists like render black material, usually like latex. Think Batman's suit or Catwoman's suit. It's so cool to look at. How about a mid gray? Look at it. Oh. Because you can see it's all black, right? Or different shades of gray. And I like that look. And I remember hearing or reading in a book, Design Principle something, that certain colors can evoke certain things. So black is one of those colors that evokes like it could either be danger or like power. So it depends on how you use it. Right? I think that's really cool to like know. Oh, look, oh. Add a bit of color. Right. Today we're just sketching. Oh, every day we're sketching. Oh, by the way, one of you mentioned, or what I saw a comment mentioning, oh, they like the way they were looking for a video that's kind of like this, where it's a longer session. Now, if you're expecting for it to be like a class, meaning I'm teaching you something for about an hour long, it would be nice to be that guy, but I'm not that guy. I'm more of a, like this series is more about like, you're learning with me as I go. So it's not like, I want to be able to teach more deliberately in like the courses section, which I'm still trying to figure out what to do with, but right now it's more about just, I'm noticing for the armpit, it's not always like, it's a little long on this side, so the armpit is going to be around here, actually. Right? That's something I've noticed. Right, let's show the back of the hair a bit, kind of like that. Hey, look at how I'm shading. I'm not using a mixer brush or a blend. You could use like a blur tool, a blending tool, but drawing or blending in this way, where you do it stroke by stroke or with opacity, is like the old school way of doing things. It can be kind of slow, but I think you can have way more control. That's the advantage. Disadvantage, it kind of takes a while. Advantage, more control. So I think if you're really going for like details, this is the way to go. If you're more of a big picture kind of guy or artist, I think using the mixer brushes may be a lot more fun. I think I'm spending too long in this space. Ugh. Kind of has the vibe, but I don't really like it. You know what? Let's do the thing I've been doing recently. Liquify. It's such a fun tool to use. Let's bring it a bit down. There you go. There you go. There. Ooh. Bend it a bit. Bend. Ooh, there you go. I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe the interesting. I'm realizing something. Let's use pinch. So what this does is it makes this one slightly smaller. Yeah. This one expand because this boob is like a lot closer to you. It's supposed to be slightly bigger. Yeah, this looks more right. Anyway. Use this same brush, basic brush. Let's drink some coffee. You know what? Let's make the brush a little smaller. How about a 6? It's too light. Yeah, 6. You know, when you're studying, you want to. Sometimes it's good to be a bit specific, yeah, but not always. Sometimes you want to draw for the sake of drawing, but if you're just drawing for the sake of drawing, that's technically practice as well. And I think we get so like study driven or academic in a way where we think it's kind of like the idea of optimization. Like, I mean, yes, we want to be productive, but if you overdo the whole optimization thing, like it just takes away from the fun of it. And you assume that if you're not optimizing, like that you're not improving, it's not true. Like you're almost treating yourself like an equation. I mean, there is some validity to it, you know, being more specific, being more deliberate, right? But sometimes you just gotta draw. You just gotta paint and not overthink. And you actually learn more that way because since you're not thinking too much, meaning you're not trying to be too deliberate, you're actually doing way more. Because if you're thinking about being deliberate, you're kind of setting like a tone, a limit. Like I'll do studies of, I don't know, the legs or something. So that's all your mind is thinking. So it kind of, in a way, it feels a bit more overwhelming, right? But when you just draw, you end up drawing. When you draw paint and you don't have anything specific in mind, in a way, or usually you end up probably drawing more. That's what I think happens, but I don't know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sorry. Then she has like a boop. There you go. That's a nice smile. Come on. She has a nice kitsy smile. Kind of has droopy eyes a bit. By the way, I'm using, because what I do is I go to Pinterest and I drag in images I like, sketches. It could be real photos, artworks, even AI, whatever. If it's an image that interests me, I'll put it in my Pura file, and the Pura file has like a date. That's where I dump, and maybe I'll refresh it or for every new week, maybe. It's not an exact thing, but it's more or less kind of what I do. I'll have like I'll stick to the same photos or images that I've downloaded for about a week, and then I'll move on. Now, the only reason I ended up doing this is because I have a habit of constantly opening links in new tab, and I just have. There was a time where I couldn't even draw properly because I had so many browsers open or so many tabs open. So what I do, if sometimes it can still happen, it's not as common, but it can happen where I go in one of these like open links in new tab binge. I just bookmark it, and even in my bookmarks, it's starting to get like cluttered because I have so many of the so many tabs or bookmarks. So, but I think by putting it in like one Pura file, you kind of like I'm limiting myself to the images I've downloaded, but that's it. Erase. Right? Now, are we trying to draw something specific? Sure, we're copying, studying this. I did like the well, to be honest, her boobs are kind of large, so that kind of attracted me. But it's not just that; it's the it. So instead of drawing like the folds first, I need to learn how to draw like the overall shape first, because I think you can easily get lost in like the details. So it's actually about there. Kind of folding here a little bit. Classic uniform, kind of like that. We'll do this, and then we'll add like the folds. I still don't know how folds work, but we'll just wing it. Easy to do because we do have reference, so there you go. And then we have like a hand here, which I do like. Let's see how they approach the other hand. Kind of like that. It's like a collar. What do you call this? It's like a where it wraps around your wrist. Jesus, kind of like that. I have a habit of making like the fingertips so like pointed like this. I need to learn how to do that. Like this. You see how we're breaking things down via shape? I think that's what I was lacking. Like I was so focused in like the volume, the 3D aspect of it, which because I think I was influenced a lot by bigger drawing books, and they do emphasize those types of things instead of focusing more on shape. But I think practically speaking, this is way more helpful. Like thinking about shape more than volume. I mean, yeah, you have to consider volume eventually, but what I mean is, in most cases, you don't need to do it too much. You can essentially chill a bit more. Wait, I feel like it's too small of a brush. Like that. Right? Let me just select this guy, move you over here. Let me just show you what I mean. So let's say I'm trying to draw an arm, right? I'm used to doing this because I practice a lot this way, where I'll use wraparound lines. Maybe do this to show where the end is, right? Maybe bolden the edge there. Maybe we can add like a shoulder muscle kind of here. Tricep perhaps, kind of like that. So I'm thinking about things in this kind of way, which is not bad, right? But is it practical? Like, do I, in this image right now, do you see that? Does it apply to this? Like, imagine breaking down the hair in this way, the hand, the fingers. It's too much. So, what I should have practiced, which I'm kind of doing now, what I should have done, well, maybe not should have done, but what I'm doing right now is, yeah, you know, do you see how fast that was? You can always change things and adjust things eventually anyway. You know, breaking that, kind of like that. You see how fast that was? Like you're focusing on the outer. I mean, yes, eventually, you can consider it, sure, but there's something about this that just simplifies everything. And I've noticed that people who do this, they're very good at it, but the moment you ask them to do, like, sorry, they don't do anything else pretty much. They kind of stick to this. So they're into just figure drawing. So why am I trying to go to this level of knowledge when I'm not trying to go for that anyway? I mean, eventually, if I want to render muscles, I have to go back to this in a way, sure. But in what I'm missing, I'm not saying this is wrong. What I'm missing personally as an artist is more of this guy, right? We'll just call this what? This one's more like shape, right? Like a volume, I guess. We'll just say volume. Maybe there's another word for it, but anyway. Again, I'm not saying do one more of the other. For me, I just know this is thinking of shapes is something that I kind of lack when it comes to drawing like people. Anyway, let's move on. I've been burping a lot for some reason. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have trouble burping. In a way, I was kind of jealous. Like, why could I not burp like other folks? Because it came so easy to them. Let's make the brush even smaller. We'll keep it black. Oh, by the way, let's say we want to just stick to grayscale. Just go here to, if you're using Clips with the Paint. There are ways to do this with, just play with your layer modes in Photoshop or whatever. Can I bring this down a bit? Go to color, hit gray. So now everything's monochrome, right? Or just gray. Well, monochrome is a bit different. It's black or white. We'll just pick gray. So what that does is even if I hit red, it only comes out as gray or different shades of it anyway. So in that way, even if you move slightly right in your like color wheel, it doesn't do anything. It's all just gray. Pretty fun, right? Knowledge. You're welcome. Okay, we'll fill this gap. So we have like a character over here, right? Kind of hot. And I think when I'm doing gesture drawings, kind of like this, I think I should learn how to really see the shapes. I'm really fascinated by how artists, especially like animator folks, how they break down figures so quickly. Even storyboard artists to an extent, because I know for storyboard artists, it's not always about like the quality of the image. It's about because they measure quality differently. It's about the shot, right? The printed drawings doesn't have to be. It's not the main thing. It's what kind of shot does it follow a story, right? Does it make sense narrative wise? So their focus is a bit different. So, but for animators, they kind of they focus on that as well. And they do that, but they have like nice drawings too. Yeah, learning how to draw the eye fast is something that I want to do, but I think for me, I'm taking too long doing this. Of course, she has like huge freaking. Oh, the hair is actually covering the. Like, okay, I'm using. Oh, the eraser is so tiny. And do a bit of that. Like the eyes is always like a struggle for me. Like sometimes it's off. And I eventually have to use like a liquify tool to fix stuff. And drawing the lashes, like how do you draw the lashes? And even drawing where the eyebrow or is this the eyebrow? Yeah, the brows. Like where does it begin? Where does it end? I'm still sort of wishy-washy when it comes to that. And then to this. Oh, there's actually like an opening here. And then now we're doing more observational drawing here, meaning we do have reference and we're trying to study it. But I've talked about this plenty of times, but I think by learning how to draw from reference in this way, meaning you're not trying to exactly copy it to the point where it's like a photograph or a photocopy. It's more like you're trying to reconstruct or deconstructing the image and reconstructing it in your own way. So it's going to end up kind of stylized, right? And that's how you kind of develop your own method. Like if you can break down something in your own way, you can make something on your own in your own way, right? So that's why it's still taught, observational drawing, like that. Where does the like here? Right? Oh, kawaii. There's a little bit of that. Right there you go. Grabs on just to, ooh. Gummy. Yo's, hello. Hello from the outside. Just to order hours at my to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. And I thought you did it before. Do you like my singing? Horrifying, right? The stuff of nightmares. You see that? Hello. It's me. Okay, I'm sorry. So it's kind of like that. Should I shoot it a bit? I don't know. Is that the intention for this? You know what? I want to loosen up. What the is it? Alt or control? I think it's alt. Wrong control. Oh my fucking lord. I think it's supposed to be shift, sorry. L, shift. And the control. There you go. By the way, I mentioned in an earlier episode that in Clip Studio Paint, when I flip the canvas, like for example, if I'm right here, right? If I flip the canvas, it does that, meaning it goes from page to page, or it kind of does this instead of flipping on the very same area. Meaning I don't want it to go like this. I want it to just flip like this. It, kind of like that, where the canvas doesn't move. And I said that it was in Photoshop, it's different. That's my bad. I tried it in Photoshop. It's the same thing. I think when you literally move it, not just change the view, it's gonna do that, meaning it's gonna stay in one position. But this is more about the view. It's the way it is. Like you have to like center your image so much. Anyway, what time is it? 28 minutes. Not bad. Hello, it's me. We're actually going to study another person's mannequin. Like they're showing their reference photo, but they're also drawing like their own mannequin, which number 3, a size 3 pixel. Kind of like that, right? And then they have like a ball here. Right? Oops, the face, you can actually see it here. Hello from the outside. Like that. Kind of looks like a motorbiker's head. Right? Maybe I could use that as my own like way of breaking down like a mannequin. Using like a biker's head as like a shorthand, who knows? You do the ball thing here to determine where the wrist or the elbow is. Ball here for the wrist. Hello, it's me. I'm not even studying. I'm not studying the reference. I'm studying the mannequin that's referencing something else. I just want to learn. I want to see like the follow the flow of their mannequin. Okay, in the inner part of the leg, it kind of curves out a bit. And then the calf does this. Because the calf muscle is kind of. Sometimes I'll see this if it's that big, but in this case, you don't really see this part. It's just like. And then ball. Hello, it's me. Okay, all the shoulder, the wrist, and the knees, they're on the same side or same like kind of here. Hello, it's me. Interesting. This one curves out a bit. And then you add the cylinder, kind of like that, and then the butt, kind of like that. It's like its own joint. You know, I want to buy my own like figurine that's kind of like this, where you can move the joints. It's nice to have like a figure, sure, that's like a standalone thing. Let's say it's just a guy and then there's a stand there, but I don't know. I think it would be useful to have it moving a bit or have the joints kind of moving. That's just me. But the last time I checked, because I checked on Amazon, models that are kind of like that, it's so like pricey. It's like $100 plus or like 99. Maybe one day if I'm rich, but right now it's just. I'm gonna stick to Pinterest as of this moment. How about that? Hello. Even figuring out how far the head goes back is something that I'm still trying to figure out. Trying to figure out. You know, let's do our own thing, like a triangle, right? Kind of like that. That looks like a motorbiker's head. Get the helmet thingy. Hello, it's me. If you're one, okay, let me just move this guy a little higher off the ground. It's taking me higher, higher up. You know, that song used to be so freaking popular, but well, in my day. Oh, I'm so old. Unk. Shout out to the unks and the unkuses. We're so old. We got the gout. We got the back pain. Oh, by the way, one of you mentioned, because I mentioned back pain in one of these like art class videos, and you mentioned that you stopped carbs, and that helped because it can lead to inflammation. I've heard of that, but I'm glad you're over that and you've solved your problem in a way. But thinking about it and even practicing it, no carbs, that would mean no rice, no noodles. I can't. I mean, I can, but it's gonna be hard because I like rice a lot. I like noodles. And even, you know, I think carbs are technically, they're classified in a way as sugar, right? So, but aside from like carbs, those typical carbs, I also like sugar. For example, in my coffee, it's all like it's a 3-in-1 kind of thing. So it's like a sachet. Uh, and it does have sugar. If you have your diet like in check, um, that's a big win. So it's one of those things that you have to think about. That everyone has to think about. It's not just about your craft; it's you. Like you are the thing. You are the machine. And if you're not careful, if you don't take care of your body, it's gonna making art horrifying because you're gonna be injured or you're just tired because you lack the energy. Um. Anyway, I think the ears are a bit too high. You're off the ground, kind of like that. Oh. That's a quick see. Their version is like a mannequin. I'm doing like a gesture of their mannequin. What's our time? 34 minutes. Higher off the ground. That's a good. I'm gonna lock this. Make a new layer. What's next? Let's just move around this page a bit and study some more stuff. This time, I feel like I want to focus more on line. We did some shading a bit, but right now I feel like I want to work. That's what I lack actually is like structure, and which means I sort of have a weakness when it comes to my drawing or constructing ability. So we're gonna practice that with how about this guy? Basic brush. You can go for something a little smaller. How about this guy? We'll try this guy. Sometimes I just want to use the right pen, but we'll try the fine line with this guy. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do this guy. We're kind of zoomed out a bit, right? We'll do this. We gotta be quick. Less strokes as possible. Let's do that. Bam, bam, boom. And then we have like a nice, cute anime smile. Like a little, like that chin is too fucking pointy. Oh my fucking. See, it's over. It's over. We're done. We're done here. It's knowing where this bend happens. That's where the issue is for me. Like, where does it go? Does it go a little higher, lower? Sometimes the jaw is too big. Sometimes it's too small. Right, so we'll do this. And then we'll do a little bit of the foreshortening of anything is always like a struggle for me. But we can survive. We don't have to cry, right? Right? We're big boys now. We're big girls. We can do it. Shh, it's okay. Shh. We can take it. It's okay. Don't cry. You could do like the whole knuckle thing, but look at how they simplified it to just that. And it's good to study the sketches of other people, not just like the full images, because you get to see how like what their shorthand is, like how they think about like certain parts of the body. Do they mush it all together, stuff like that. So don't be afraid to study people's art. Right? It's not unless you say, oh, like you draw something and you're referencing someone's artwork and you say, oh, this is my work. I mean, kind of not cool. Not kind of, it's not cool, but just you do it because you want to learn, and that's it. And also, by the way, learn how to separate the art from the artist, because maybe this only applies to people who are very into like the skill. Because if you're kind of like me, like you want to just like get better, so you don't really care where it comes from. It's just like if knowledge is knowledge. Like I know to separate and create like distinctions. It reminds me of a saying. It's kind of a weird saying, but don't throw the baby out in with the bathwater. I'm not sure why that's a saying, but the point is, not everything is a waste. Like, don't throw the thing that's valuable just because bathwater is dirty, or it's unclean. Just take away the bad stuff and keep the good stuff. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's the idea. But some people they can't separate these things. I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong. It's not like you can't deny what you truly feel, I guess. Whatever. But for me, that's just who I am. Like I'm just based, I'm just better. I'm kidding. I'm just trying to make myself feel good. Interesting. So let's do this. Her rows are kind of there. Alright. Silhouette. Okay, that's her top. Kind of like, it's kind of, oof. And then, it's giving a little bit of, a little bit of, I forgot the song name. Oh, she has like short shorts. Omenasai. Oh, her thigh gap is like so freaking large. By the way, in high school, this used to be the thing. Thigh gaps. I think back when Tumblr was a thing. I'm not sure if it's still a thing now, but um, damn. Remember when Tumblr was a thing? I think they neutered themselves when they banned the best part of Tumblr. And because I get it, you wanna, for the App Store, because if you have content like that in the App Store, it's kind of whatever. I get it, but at the same time, if your app is built on that and you try to change it into something else, like I don't really know why you're doing that. It reminds me of that meme of that dog. Like, I know what you are kind of dog. Like you should know what you are and just don't fight what you are. Right? Just own it. Like if you like feet, you like feet. You don't have to like struggle with it. Just accept the facts. You like feet. Do you like feet? I like feet. Anyway. You know what? Let's erase all of these unnecessary details. Oh, we have like a line here, right? For the shorts. And then you can see like a bit of that. I think all this, it's where the V begins. Oh, that's so fucking hot. Now my sketch is a bit unclarified or a little messy, but it's a good study. Again, look at the knuckles, just straight. Do that. Do that. The thumb area takes about half of the space. And then boom. Draw the nail first and then, oops. Triangle. Do you see that? So simple, so efficient. It is never straight. It's like a two line thing, one and then two. So there's a bit of like fat. It goes outward a bit. Right? Good study. I don't mind it. I'm gonna move this aside. Like this is a good gesture sketch. Come Samida. I'm trying to find poses that kind of feel good to me. Wait, what's our time? 42 minutes? Not bad. I think it's good to be able to do these sessions every day, at least an hour. I think that would be fun. 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day keeps the guilt away. Oh. All right, let's try something. I don't know. Let's try. It feel like drawing. Yeah, I can't seem to decide because I have so many photos. I'm having a bit of that classic analysis paralysis. I want to focus on like the face, maybe. This one seems pretty cool. Let's say the head is here, right? And even this, like, how do you draw the head? Do you start with a circle? Maybe you draw the. But sometimes I feel like drawing like this, like directly, but my proportions always seem off. When I could always use the liquify tool and stuff like that, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of curving, kind of like this, and it stands out, kind of like that. Curving, kind of a bit too much. And then, for example, knowing where the line, where to put the lines here, always a struggle for me. So it's about there. Let's say they're facing about right there towards you. Now I feel like the angle of the face is kind of off a bit. I don't know. I think eventually you sort of just know when something is too far or something. Now in this case, you can't even see like where the ears are, but you can. By the way, I'm not sure where I mentioned this, but there's this idea of the M. I just call it the M for anime faces. When you draw the hair, you can see like an M, and between like this parts over here, that's where you find the eye. And even before that, I've noticed hair for like anime characters, they tend to frame the face, so it sort of creates a boundary. You can even add this, add this. Do you see this boundary? It kind of helps you block the face in, so your eye doesn't go all the way on the outside, right? Kind of like this. So it kind of creates like a limit. Oh, I'm so smart. Knowledge. I'm literally giving you the knowledge of life. And it kind of makes sense why you're subscribed. I'm kidding. I'm just trying to be happy. By the way, we're so close to 40K. I think we're about to reach 39,000. So it's going to be 1,000 subs more before 40K. But I know subs don't mean much if your viewership is not there. Because there are like accounts out there that are like 1 million subs, but their viewership is like what I'm getting. Is I don't know. Maybe it's because their audience grew up. It could be that, or I don't know. It's just one of those. Could be a fake. Maybe they just bought their followers. It's very possible as well. Or their audience, maybe they did content before, but they changed their content, so they just don't get the same views. By the way, when the character's kind of tilting up, looking up a little bit, the ears tend to go down because it follows the perspective, right? So it goes down, so the ears kind of there. If you're looking kind of down towards the ground, the ears are kind of up. Why am I so knowledgeable, guys? I'm so fucking smart. I'm sorry. Which is kind of cute. Just giving kind of, I actually like the hair. It's not in the reference photo, but I don't know. It's a very common thing to add like that thing. Okay, if she's looking up, wait, the chin is so out there. Like, relax. We'll add like a double chin or something. Look at the, there you go. There's there are some people who can talk. They talk better when they're in the stream, meaning they like engaging with an audience, and there are people who, like myself, who can do it without an audience that's live with them. And because I was watching this streamer, this gamer guy, and he tried doing the whole, he'll just talk in his video without a stream or an audience, just himself, and it doesn't sound natural. Like it doesn't sound good. And I just found it very interesting because for people like me, and even there are certain gamers out there who just post on stuff like YouTube, so they're not doing things live in that kind of way. But their content is still entertaining because they can talk to themselves and not be so, like, they don't need an audience. I think these people tend to be kind of like me. We're more introverted. That's my guess. That's what I've noticed. Those who can do things live, I feel like they can chat more, or they're more sociable. But those who are kind of like me, who don't need a chat, you're not even like, sure, I'm addressing you, but I don't need you to be there in the room with me. Like, I can talk to myself all day. And it can be weird to think about if you're not like this kind of person, if you're not like me, but to me, that's just my normal. I've always been kind of yes, it could be environment, because we lived in an apartment, so we couldn't really go out as much because it's just not safe. Our parents were at work and stuff like that, so you couldn't really go out as much. But also, it's probably genetics, because my family is kind of shy. Well, maybe not shy, but just a little more into our own worlds, which I like. So, but yeah, don't fight it. Just own up to it. But I think out of all my family members, I may be the worst one. Like, I'm scared. I'm not afraid of it, or I'm not against my own self. But it can get like, wow. Like, I'm even impressed with the amount of like I don't need a social life like normal people. Like I've noticed that I'm just built different. And chances are you are the same thing. Maybe you're not exactly like me, but you have something about you that's just odd. Don't fight it, guys. Just it is what it is. You've been gifted or cursed, who knows? And oh wow, she's hot, guys. She's hot. Got some fangs here. Oh, be careful, she may bite. Carp, carp. Let's add like the eye here. Even knowing how to draw where this ball is, because sometimes one eye is looking here, one is looking here, and sometimes I want the eye to look directly at the viewer, but when I do it, sometimes like it looks off. So, I think that's close enough. Kind of like that, guys. I am literally a god. Real easy, like it's easy to hype myself up, right? When I accomplish something so little, but like I have a habit of just celebrating, which is good. Like I can recognize a win, but at the same time, because of that quick reactiveness, the same thing happens when I make a mistake. Let's say I do something wrong and it takes too long. I'm like, am I really an artist? Like, what's the point? I start being Mr. Depressive. Although it's not as strong, I think that side of me was it even ever there? I don't know. There was a time, I think, maybe it's like my young genes, but which means I'm like old now, but I did have a not depressive state, but I just couldn't feel like I had no motivation. So it's just I get it. When people comment stuff in my, let's say in my YouTube shorts, they say, "Oh, it's kind of hard when you're not motivated or when you're depressed." I kind of get it, and although it's already hard to relate because I'm not in that space anymore, if I ever was, it's still I get it. I get it, guys. Am I? You baka? Oh. One day I'm gonna draw so much anime. Like I want imagine. Wait, let me just flip the canvas. The eye is not even that bad. Flipping the canvas, it seems to work. Remember the M? Remember the M. Especially for this area right here. Do you see that? I'm giving you literal knowledge, so you should be grateful for mine. I think we drew a lot here. We'll do one more page. Usually I stop by now so I can do the coloring, but you know what? I wanna do one more page. Just for funsies, right? Just for funsies. For the culture, right? We have to do things for the culture. Should we do another face? Because I am struggling with face. Well, I'm struggling with everything really. The body, the face, the feet. I like some feet. Clothing, anatomy, poses. It's like I need to work every skill. But I want to use a different brush. I don't know. I feel kind of bored. Or not bored, but we tried a basic brush, a line brush. Oh, you know what? Let me just lock this for a while. I'll make a new layer. We'll use let me just unfold or put down my sleeves. Something where we can sculpt. I kind of like, where's the flat dry? We'll see this, hide this layer. We'll do some test strokes here. Test strokes. Oh, come in. All right, look at the texture, guys. Look at okay. I feel like this is too much, but I don't give a fuck. You know what? I want to study some feet. Let's just do this. See that? And like that. And then I want to show like the heel is kind of here. Right? The big toe kind of sticking out. Like, oh, look at They make it stick out. Oh, look at that. See, we're studying the feet, the gesture, the feet. We want the foot to tell a story. right? Show the ankle, kind of like that. Oh, give it a bit of structure. You know what? Erase this. Let's take it away. Take the step back. Ankle, go like that. So there you go. Oof. See, one stroke to say it all. You know, be ballsy. Have the confidence. Oof. There you go. Where's the other leg? Kind of like, oh, too much. Maybe like that, and it kind of curves into the foot. It curves into the foot. There you go. It doesn't have to be accurate, but it has to feel like it's trying to say something. Oh, check this foot out, right? You know, make it suckable, lovable, you know. What am I saying? And again, just draw the things that excite you. For example, some people like drawing orcs, sci-fi, ships, guns, or I don't know, doujins. I kind of want to draw doujins, but right now I just want to improve my skills so that one day I can draw my own like degenerate stories. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Don't worry. But see, the great things take time. So I'm gonna start with learning how to draw like look at them toes. Make them speak. Make them bark. Barf, 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 barf. Do you see those toes? Oh, look at that pinky. Isn't that a good pinky? There you go. Do you see that? It's not even fully rendered, but you can tell what it's trying to say, right? Look at these pretty toes. They sorry. I was gonna go down in a very dark kind of path. Well, not that dark, but wait. I feel like the calf is supposed to be way thicker. It's supposed to lean more, or maybe kind of like this. Let's erase this. Do you see that? Also, another thing I've been sort of getting used to is just erasing. I used to think it was a bad thing because I think I have like a painter's background, meaning I'm so used to painting that I think like a painter, meaning I should be able to paint over my mistakes. So if like I just don't resort to erasing. So if you do have more experience painting, try drawing, and especially digitally. So I don't know. I said good. I feel like the leg is too thin for some reason. Now I'm on the outside. Right? Use your own judgment. If something is looking a little off to you, then go for it. Don't like deny or fight against your intuition. You know, use it. Take its advice. Consider it. Consider your intuition. I mean, if you look at so much art, if you look at so many photos, if you have like a visual mind, you're gonna see what works, what doesn't work anyway. So you're gonna have like a very high standard for things. So you're just gonna see what, you know, if something's gonna be off or not. But yeah, nice foot. But can we, now that we have like a good layout, can we add a bit of like shadows? Right? Because right now we see so many lines, right? So what you can do is make our brush a bit bigger. Let's make it monochromatic as well. Unlock. Or gray. Same thing here. Oh, gray. I'm gonna lock this guy. There you go. Save. What's our time? 58 minutes? Okay. We're pretty close. We're pretty close. And then once we're done with this sketch, maybe we'll do we'll color it the old way or the usual way with the yellow for the background. I'm sorry for the YouTube thumbnail. I do like that look. So far, the art class kind of playlist, I like the vibe of it. I like where it's going. And it's gonna, it was a good decision to change it from tutorial / lesson to the art class. The art class series. Let's make the brush a bit bigger. Let's make it a number 8. Is it even black? Fuck it, number 10. How about that? Oof. Let's zoom out a bit. So line here, right? Line there. Add some shadows later on, but we'll focus more on like the main dominant lines here. You know, just look at the, you know what? Lighten this a bit. And the line even connects kind of like that to the ankle. That. Wait, does my I do think you want to play with stabilization. I'm not sure if it's that good. I don't think it's that good in Photoshop, but in Clips 3 Paint, it's kind of cool. If you have a shaky hand or you just know you kind of suck when it comes to lines, it's like a good little boost. Right? Look at, oh, yummy. Oh, come on, baka. We could draw like the other leg as well, but it's not really. You know what? I think the leg isn't even that close. It's actually supposed to be kind of here. Interesting. It's not the main focus for this episode or for this like sketch, but because I was more fascinated by like the foot. But you know, let's just quickly like that. You see that? Just a quick one. Just to show a bit of like what the context is. There you go. Just there. Now I'm Monday outside. What the fuck? Now I'm Monday outside. Da, 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 da. Okay, let's just erase this and go back to the corner where I first saw you, and then we'll add a bit of a slur. Goes up, curves a bit to the side, becomes a bit straight, right? Has a bit of a hump. Oh, and then boom, connects to the other toe. There's another line here. Make sure that line goes on top of that. And you can do the nails after, but right now we'll just do this, right? Another toe. That's the middle toe. And like that. Show the fold of the fat. We're actually learning. When you're doing like the final line, you're realizing which lines will come on or will stay on top, and it's a very helpful thing to realize. And we'll do this. It kind of curves like that. Perfect. Almost like a straight thing, pretty much. Does the same thing. The line on top goes like this. You can see a bit of like a V, right? Like an arrow, and then it does. We'll draw a little bit of a small nail, kind of like that. Oops. Just to help indicate like the perspective. Oh, we have a little small nail. Oh, very cute toe. Look at that cute little toe. There you go. Give it some love. Give it some affection. There you go. Bap, 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 bap. Look at them nice feet. Don't you like some nice feet? I like some nice feet. Erase this part. It's too much. Too much, or it's too less. Because I do see a bit of like a curve. It kind of points out a bit. There's like a mini knuckle there, or a joint of the toe, and it does that. Here it's not really so much of a. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Like that. I'll draw like the nail. And then draw the nail. Do you see that? Then you may think, oh, it's a little too much. You know what? Do you see how this the two smaller toes? It's kind of too small. So here's what I'm gonna do. Liquify, right? Expand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? We're gonna hit push. We'll just push it to the side, just a bit. Give it a bit of love. There you go. That's a good. Isn't that a good foot? That's a good fucking. Oh, sorry, that's a good foot. There. Now, sure, that's great, but we can make it better. We've added like the out or the main lines. I just call it the main lines. Same brush. Now we'll add some like shadows a bit, or we'll add like a base. We could do it underneath. We'll just do it on the same layer. Here's what I like to do. I just like to add. It's like a wash effect, just to add a bit of like a some volume. Right, make it go around or wrap around the form, kind of like that. And then try to fill in those white areas a little bit. You know what? Let's make the brush a little. Let's rotate it. Use a bigger brush or same brush, but just increase the size a bit. Try this again. You see that? Make it, oh, look at, oh, isn't that cute? And then we could hit erase just to clean up those edges a bit. I don't want too much of that fluff. Keep it nice and sharp. There you go. Oh, cut it out. Give it a haircut. I call it the haircut. There you go. Too much. There you go. All right. And we've learned this in the art reviews. Even if the inside seems sketchy, if the outer areas are sharp, it makes your work so much cleaner, or it looks so much cleaner than it actually is. So clean up those edges, you know. Oh, oh, oh. It's so clean. So freaking clean. Then make it sharp, make it, oh. There it is. Right? We'll go back to the same brush. We'll go for a black, and then we'll add like the shadow areas. We'll do this. Darken it even more, kind of like that, because we did use a lighter gray, right? So it's gonna lighten up those darker parts as well. Again, if you want to be safe, just use a different layer. But for me, I just like doing this way. It's just because it's a darker gray. Make it go around the forms a bit, kind of like that. Push a little smaller, right? Make it wrap around that bottom area. Oof. Okay, do this. Do you see that? It looks more like a foot. And then grab that black. A bit of that. And then we can add like some lighter values on top of this. Add like some highlights. You can do that. Want to add this here for the nail, just to give it a bit of, make it more obvious. Right. Oh my god, excuse me. How rude. Oh, sorry. Yes. Just like, let's make this a bit dark. This edge. Give it a bit of darkness. And then make it fade out. Oh, there you go. By adding these like shades or values, it adds even more volume. You can suggest volume with lines alone, but obviously it's not going to be... there are limitations to that, so make sure you add some shading. Right, emphasize like these corners. The lines sort of intersect. Try to emphasize where, like which part, or does the line go on top or the bottom? I don't know. It's just kind of how I do things. Look at that. Oh. I think I overdid it. No, it's okay. It's a good. Oh, look at that. If you like really zoom out. Oh, I know why. Do you see this? It's hit E, make the brush bigger, and right, clean edges makes it look clean. Clean edges makes it look at the, oh, we could do that. There you go. Give it a haircut. Give it a shh. That's a good. Oh. Now I'm Monday outside. Look at that. Imagine that pressing on your face. My god. Are we done? I think we're done. That's a good sketch. Oh, you know what? We forgot the highlights. My bad. Let's, you know what? Let's blend this part a little bit. I think it's too much. There you go. Oh, wait long. Let's make the brush a little smaller, kind of like that. We'll pick the white from the background, and then we'll add like Because there's a top plane here, right? So you want to show where the light is sort of being. Oh, it kind of makes it feel like a. Oops, I think the brush ought to be a little smaller. Kind of like that. Right, and then do a bit of this. You want to suggest a bit of those wrinkles that kind of happen when you're, that's common within like the soles of the foot. Interesting. The heel isn't that far away. It's actually kind of small. But guess what? Since we're all painting in one layer, what shall we do? Liquify. Wait lang. Sorry. Why do I keep burping? It's so disgusting. Oh, sorry. Come on, that's nice. Liquify, where are you? There you go. Make sure we're at push. Oh, you know what? Pinch. We'll make it smaller because I'm only realizing this now. Smaller, and then go back to push. Take this whole thing, pull area, and just. It actually goes way. It's like kind of like this. Oh my! It looks a lot more like a. Yeah, it doesn't go. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting like a. Oh, it's like asking for. It's like a police notification. Someone's like missing or something. Hopefully they're found. Kind of like that. This makes a lot more sense. You know what? Let me. This part of the foot is a little too rough for me. Or this part over here. Oh my! It's too pointy, so we'll clean that up a bit. I will just paint over that with white instead. I could have used an eraser, but I'm lazy. This one is too dark. Like the edge here, let's lighten that up. Just, you know what, just do a pass. Are we too zoomed in? Maybe a little bit. Down on the outside, kind of like that. We'll do a bit of this, a bit of. We hit the erase tool, clean that edge again. Hit B, go back to our. Make the brush way smaller and just do that. And this one doesn't have like a mid value. We need to do this. This guy dark. Oh, why is it not? I want this like darker value. I want to bring it back here. See that? That's how you do it. Please don't stop the music. How is that for a foot? Oh, look at how it's so like yummy in this part of the foot. You know what? Let's soften up the edge here. What are we doing? One day I can do whoosh. Of like right, to indicate like the wrinkles and shit. The wrinkles and shit. Look at that. That is a good foot, ladies and twinks and gentlemen. How's that? Ah, that's a good study. Oh, I think it's too dark. Like the shadow. I think it's too dark. Like this part over here. Let me just hit this value. Make it don't paint over that. Tone that down a bit. Just do that. Even this guy just a bit. You can just add a bit of like, oh. Hit E again. Clean up the edge. Oops. This in between area over here. That's it. That's how it's done. Let's just hit B again. Let's paint over this line a little bit. Get fucked up. Oh. Oh, make that line not too dark. A little bit of dark. Oh. Just that. Like a oh, hit E. I'm gonna hit that. Oh, is that good? Make it thinner from this side. Make the brush even smaller. I don't know. I just feel like it's supposed to be just a tad bit dark. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, it's a good study. Look at that. Oh, I don't mind seeing like the initial lines. I think it adds a bit of character. That's also cope. But look at that fade. So we also realize that our heel, or when I draw heels, it tends to be too forward. And it's a good study. So I'm gonna hit lock, new layer. So we're done now. We're just gonna color the whole thing or add some yellow. New layer for all. We'll group this together. We'll group this together, and we'll group this. Hide. Let's go to this guy. Now I'm on the outside. We'll make sure we're at multiply. Oh, same thing for these layers. Oh, it's hidden, maybe. Multiply. Multiply. There you go. Hide this. Hit B. Hit a basic round brush. There you go. We'll go to our cute little color palettes here. We'll add some yellow. Okay, so now we can chat. Wait, let me just drink some coffee. 118. I was gonna do, I do like doing 3 pages at the very least. It seems like a good standard for this. For about an hour or so, maybe a little more. I think it's a good thing. So now we can sort of block. Let's just turn this guy off. Or hit tab to hide that. Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? And by guys, I mean myself. By the way, this is AI. I know that bothers some of you, but it is what it is. If we had androids now, it would be difficult. Just draw this. Hopefully in the thumb, well, since I'm adding yellow, you can see the image because the lines here are kind of thick for this gesture study of this mannequin. Not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing quite a bit of changing lately because I talk about this in the behind the scenes. Like if you want to know more about my process for doing art plus YouTube or content creation, you can check out my behind the scenes. It is a membership side, so you're gonna have to pay up. But the point is this: you can't, like, an idea that I've been thinking more about and practicing is the idea of I need to change just as much as I am consistent. Meaning I need to adapt. If something is not working, I need to I need to switch things fast. So I never thought of doing stuff like these or this kind of art class things, but I knew I had to change something because I wasn't getting the views. And I just felt like I needed to do something different as well because I kind of wanted to learn on my own time, but I couldn't find a way to do that while trying to do YouTube. So why not learn and record it, right? And to me, I've tried those before, but I just couldn't. Things were not just matching up. But thankfully, somehow it just mashed up, or it made sense to do it now. Yeah, because there are some things that you're already doing. You've done it before, but it just lacked a couple of things. Like you needed to find other parts of that puzzle before you could do it fully. So you've had the idea for a while now, but you were just missing some parts. So you had to like wait until those parts came, or you had to do those, experience those before being able to see like the bigger picture. For example, I used to do podcasts. I mean, I still have a couple episodes out, but I don't do it anymore. And to me, it made me feel kind of sad because that was my routine. Whenever I would start my day, I would do like a chat session with myself. But I was kind of disappointed because it went nowhere. I could not sustain it. But I knew it just felt good to do it. So, excuse me. So what I did, or what's happening now is, instead of doing podcast episodes, I do recordings for my YouTube Shorts and my TikTok. So they're basically little podcast episodes where I can talk about more, like motivational stuff, mindset types of things. And the feedback has been mostly positive, highly positive. So I'm very happy that I found a way to, I needed to find the right platform for it. And for me, that platform was YouTube Shorts and TikTok. And I may even expand to Instagram. I don't know. Because it has like Reels, right? I think it's like the short or TikTok short video version for Instagram. So I could set my videos there as well. Who knows? We'll see. But I just needed to wait for other things to happen for that original idea of being able to talk about like motivational stuff, mindset, creativity, stuff like that. And I can share it now. It's just a different format, shorter episodes, a minute long and stuff. And yeah, I can just ramble and not specifically talk about the art, but more about the bigger picture. And also, I don't have to do like a super long episodes, like 30-minute, 1 hour episodes. Or 10-minute episodes even. It's just like a minute. And what I do is every morning I try to just not ramble, but talk about different ideas. And I make sure it doesn't go beyond a minute. So it can be used for like TikTok or YouTube Shorts. And so far it has been working. And that's kind of it's a different way of doing I'm starting the morning the same way I did in the past by talking, but it's just different. The format is different. So shit, I bit my tongue. Sometimes what you're doing is right. You just don't have the right format for it. Format meaning platform or just a way of doing it. And once you find it, and I hope you find your format or platform, you're gonna feel really good about yourself. Because you're gonna think, well, I used to do this before, but I just did not have. Maybe sometimes it's the resources. Maybe you have good drawing skills, but you can't afford like a tablet. I get it. I don't have the best tablet, guys, but it's a good tablet. It's like some of you have asked. I do. It's in the description of the video. It's like a default thing, but I do use an XPPen. Well, I do list a bunch of tablets, but the main one I use pretty much is the XPPen Artist 22 2nd generation. not the most recent model, but it's it's a model that it's like 9020 by 1080. It's not like a super high quality. Well, to me, it's super high quality because the weight feels good. Because I've tried another XPPen 22, but it had the stylus where you had to charge it. I don't recommend that. And even the tablet itself was kind of wonky. So, but this one is different. It's just like a new breed. It has a nice weight to it. The stylus feels good, and I can just like I no longer have to worry about the hardware too much because it works just good. It works good. Like I don't have to meddle with it. It works out of the box, and I can fully focus on the freaking art. But sometimes maybe you're in that position. Some of you may be there where you just don't have the right tools yet, and it's gonna be a struggle. But once you do find it, once you do have it, you're gonna be so fucking happy. So yes, people say, oh, you can win or you can make progress with anything, sure, but it's definitely a lot easier when you have like when things just match up, whether hardware, software, your format, whatever it is. My point is this: you probably have the winning things, the winning like materials, but you don't have all of it, and that's what's gonna make it suck a bit. But eventually, if you keep pushing, don't give up. It's gonna all match up eventually. Right? I remember seeing a comment on my YouTube shorts. Oh, they like the audio. Even right now, I still tweak the audio sometimes because I mess things up on my own. But it took me a while to sort of get to learn how to like fix the audio, to edit, to know which programs to use and stuff like that. And like it took so much trial and error. Now I don't edit it as much. I still edit it from time to time depending on because again I mess up. Sometimes the my laptop restarts, reboots, and the settings like get messy, so I have to retweak things. But for the most part, I no longer have to think about editing my audio that much. I just put it through a bunch of filters, and it just because there was a time where I used to edit out the breaths of my hour or 30-minute long videos. My fucking god. But that was like years ago. But I, everything is just matching up now. I think I'm experiencing the results of the compound effect. The idea is you put in the work for enough time, for a long period of time, until eventually that work that builds up, and there will come a point where it pays off, where your results are kind of are going to compound. Hence the word compound, meaning it's going to build on top of one another, and you're going to have like a surprising sort of effect where it seems like you're succeeding so fast, so quickly, but what people don't see, and sometimes what you forget, is you've put in so much work, and only now you're seeing like the fruits of your labor. So for me, I feel like I'm in that spot. I'm not all the way there yet, I think, but I'm starting to see a little bit of it to the point where I can see that my work is paying off, and that bit of like validation is helping me push forward. It's gonna be hard when you don't have when you're not validated yet. But if you can push through that, once you have that little bit of validation, it doesn't take much, guys. Once you can see the results of your labor, you're like, oh shit, if I just like this is how long it takes. But when you do get those wins, you're like, oh fuck, it's worth it. Like yeah, like I know if I keep pushing, it may take some time, but I can do it. Like this is gonna pay off. Sometimes it's like blind faith a bit, but again, having a little bit of that validation, that track record of, I put in the work and it's gonna pay off. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling too much. Sorry, but wait, I'm still in the first page. Well, to be fair, it's like multiple drawings. Yeah, Becca. Oh, look at her hair. Now a Monday outside. Let's add this as well. Like that. I don't know. You know, that's kind of cool. Save, just to be safe. My back kind of hurts. Are you enjoying these sessions? I think I am. I know it may not get the most views because I think on YouTube, it's good to have like one kind of audience. So let's say, because I have so many kinds of videos, right? The art reviews, I have shorts, plenty of playlists. Because of that variety, not all videos will have like the same kind of hit. Like it attracts different kinds of people. Some prefer the shorts. Some prefer like the art reviews. Some prefer like these types of sessions. So the views will come and go, and they're very like different. And because of that, I think YouTube sees it as like each video I post doesn't always connect. So it won't recommend some of the videos, or it won't recommend the channel in particular. So I don't know. I could like break up my channel into different parts, right? Like per playlist idea becomes its own channel. But for me, I don't know. I'd rather just keep it all in one place and build a brand of like this is me, and this is the kind of work I do, and I do different kinds of stuff. So maybe I am shooting myself in the foot, but I don't think so. I think what I'm doing is good. Like it's a good way to build my specific brand. I don't know. We'll see. If I'm not sure, I talked about this in an earlier recording, but it's for like a short, YouTube short. If I'm uncertain about something, but I'm pursuing it, I just think about, oh, we'll see. Let's see. Meaning I don't bother worry too much about it. I just, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Seems to work for me. Anyway, the face here, the shadow is kind of overtaking the face, but well, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna unlock this. I'm gonna hit E. Don't tell anyone. Just keep it. Oh, just keep it nice and simple. Shh. Guys, no one has to know. Oops. Let's add a bit of a. No, that's fine. Let's go back to our little black and just this. Oh, let's pick this color. Oh, not that. Oh, yeah, it's in gray, so it doesn't matter. We'll just soften that edge a little bit, gonna give it a little. Oh. Shh, no one has to know, guys. Are we good, folks? Are we good, folks? I think we are. We are the crazy kids. Anyway, I was rambling about so many things. Hopefully it all works out. I mean, we all want for things to work out in the end, right? So the best you can do is just show up and do your job. It's nice to think about outcomes. It matters. Outcomes do matter, but at the same time, it doesn't, because you can't fully control for these things anyway. So stressing about them is kind of it's almost a waste. Think about it once, twice, but eventually gotta just let go. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold me back anymore. Oh my fucking god. Yep. Oops. Yeah. Ooh. This is fun. You know what? It's not just for me. It's not just for YouTube for the thumbnail. I mean, I could also feature these like images in like a future video to show like what I've been working on. Sure, but the process itself of like coloring the yellow or adding in the yellow, it's like a break. It's like a reward for me. Like I have something to color, right? Now I'm on the outside. Na, 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 na. Sometimes I'm excited to think about what I could be, you know? It's big shot, big name artist, right? Content creator. Oh, I'm so fucking excited. But at the same time, you don't know if it's gonna work out, right? It's that uncertainty again. So you're like, ugh, Jesus, what the fuck? But again, you can't control the outcomes too much. So focus on what you can control. And I can have a good attitude about these things. You know, basically be positive, remain a dreamer, but also be a doer. But how? What do I mean by being a doer? I can show up. You don't know what the future holds, sure, but you can show up today and practice and do your work and get better at your craft. Specifically, just show up. Open up your Photoshop, your Clips to the Paint, your Procreate, your sketchbook, and just show up. Be there. Can you do that? Of course you can. Because you can control it. Number 2, put in the time. Well, it's actually number 3. Number 1, you can choose to have a good attitude, a productive attitude, a positive, hopeful attitude. Number 2, show up. Number 3, put in the time. Yes, show up, but for how long? Maybe an hour, 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. Put in the time. The more time spent, usually, in general, it just gives you more opportunity to practice, right? The last thing, the fourth thing, is the effort. Sure, you've spent like an hour doing something, but did you really try in those 4 hours? Or in that hour? Let's say you gave yourself an hour. Did you really try? So that's what it means. That's what the effort means. Just try. Try hard. Even if you fail, did you really make those attempts? You know? You don't have to like well, I won't say what, because sometimes anger helps, but I don't know. It's just, you just gotta show the effort. Even if you end up frustrated, pissed off, unsatisfied, disappointed, angry, you showed up. If you did show up, good. If you put in the time, you allotted some time for art, and you did the time, that's good. If you genuinely tried to improve yourself, to practice, let's say if something wasn't working, did you make an iteration? Did you go back and change things? Did you learn how to use the liquify? Did you try to actually improve and make those little adjustments? If you did, well then you're doing your job. It's good work. You've done your part. The outcome will be the outcome. It is what it is. Dave, coffee. Oh shit, I'm out. It's still 11? Right now, as of this recording, it's 11 p.m. Oh my god, we're going into, it's like 1 hour and 40 minutes. You know what? That's because I chose to do like the foot, but Is this not worth it, guys? To me, this is life. This is what I live for. You spin my head or you spin my foot right around, right around when you go down. When you go down. Okay. Yeah, it's worth it. Look at them feet. Huh? Within my toes. I'm gonna color it. Give it. Let's just finish this. Let's finish this. So what's next on my schedule? Let me just check my notes. Because again, we're chilling in this. The study portion is done, by the way. You can leave right now, but it's just me coloring stuff. I could color this without recording, but fuck it. I'll just because I can ramble more. Sorry, I can ramble more when I'm just coloring. Oh, I have to do like a Patreon video. I have to also get consistent on there, but like I want to be as consistent as I am on YouTube, on Patreon. And even when it comes to like posting stuff, I want to post stuff on other platforms, but I need like images to post. These are helping with that because it does make my work a lot more cleaner. But yeah, I want to do studies like these, right? But I also want to do not. Oh, that's why there's a Patreon. I want to study like the not safer work stuff because it's also a genuine interest of mine. I know some of you don't like that, but it's just who I am. Like I could go. You could give me an intervention, but I would just like you would be traumatized. Like you would leave that intervention worse off, and yeah. So I want to improve in that too. I don't often know exactly. Look, for as long as I have direction, I know what I want to do. I know the direction, right? And that's all you need. For example, a simple way of thinking about this is: do you want to do art? Then that's a direction. I mean, do you see how it's not even that specific? But you just know that this is a path in the lifestyle of doing art is just what you want to do. That's a direction. Sometimes that's all you need. Usually that's all you need. Right? You don't always need specifics. It can help, sure, but direction. Do you want to go here? Do you want to pursue that path? Do you want to find out what's in the end of, or not in the end, but what you can find in that journey? Right? It's like being an adventurer. Like you're pursuing a path, but you don't really know what's in that path. You have a mission, you have a goal, but you won't know exactly all of the details. It's all a surprise. That's kind of what you're doing now. Do you want to take on this mission? And for me, let's start with the basics. Art, yes. YouTube. Content, yes. Anime, I like anime, yes. Not safer work. In doing pen-ups or some doujins. That's something I'm interested in. I want to have fun. It doesn't have to be like a full comic. Just some cute perverted pages here and there. Guy. Because it's fun. Got some fan art here and there. That's a little more safe. I think that would be fun as well. Right? And sometimes that's all you need. If you can't decide, then don't. How about that? Then don't. Then just approach it in a very general way. And see because eventually, even if you don't know, it's going to flesh itself out. If you just pursue that thing, if you just go in that direction, you will eventually like funnel yourself into a position. So don't even worry about the specifics right now, I think. Just go, and the specifics will figure itself out. Sorry. I'm burping again. Okay, we're done. I think we're mostly done. Save. Okay, let's hide this guy. Last one. The foot. See? Wait, that's we have this guy. We have this guy. Saving the best for last. Now we can render. Well, not render, but add some yellow. The foots. To the foot here. What time is it? 1:46. Wow. I was expecting to be like 1:30 or something to be for the video to be over by 1:30, but it is what it is. Is what it is. And we're almost done anyway. So hopefully you're doing and showing up to your practice, to your personal art session, sketchbook session, whatever it is, painting session, rendering session, study session. Just show up. And if you don't think you can, follow me. Meaning, I'm showing up. And because I'm showing up, you also should be showing up. So just use me this way. If DAVIII is putting in the work, and DAVIII seems to be dedicated to making videos, pursuing their dream of making some degenerate content, some foot fetish art, some fan art, not safe for work doujins. If they're going for it, why am I not? Right? Are you telling me I'm braver than you? Oof, pain. Are you telling me the foot guy is more consistent, is actually showing up compared to you? Oof, bad look, by the way. Imagine me, the foot guy, being better than you in terms of consistent. Oh. Imagine being beaten by a foot guy. Pretty fucked up, right? Pretty fucked up. All because you were lazy? Oh, imagine that. I'm using the same brush I used to do this sketch. Add like the yellows. I think it kind of works. Now I will clean up the edges. Don't worry. Don't shh. Rotate. I'll hit E again. Let's erase the edge. Give it a haircut. Do this or oh, look at that. Do you see how when I rotate the foot, it just seems so attractive? I'm like waving my foot. Well, not my foot, but imagine that. I like it when the foot is kind of this way, where it goes back and forth, like it's dangling and it kind of moves in this way. I don't know. It's just hot to look at. I don't know. Can you imagine the fetish guy is winning? Is showing up to practice, to work on their craft, while you're being lazy? Oh, embarrassing. Embarrassing. Look at that. That's a good foot. Worship the feet. Okay, so we're done here for this. Hopefully enjoyed. Let's check our time. We're on 1:49. So we're at 1:50, pretty much close to 2 hours. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in our next class. Right? So yeah. Oh yeah, brushes. Check out my Gumroad. Check out the Patreon as well if you haven't. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.